Good day, class. Today, let us discuss the lesson on power, influence, and politics. The nature of power. Power is a person or group's potential to influence another person or group behavior. In social science, power is the capacity of an individual to influence the actions, beliefs, or conduct of others. The term authority is often used for power that is perceived as legitimate or socially approved by the social structure. Wanting to control and influence others or to be responsible for others is called need for power. A high need for power with high impulse control and a low need for affiliation is called leadership motive patterns. Power is based on one's position in the organization to influence tactics. There are 7 types of position power. The 7 types of position power are legitimate, power due to the position of authority held, reward, power due to control over rewards, coercive, power due to control over punishments, expert, power due to control because of knowledge, skills, or expertise, informational, power due to control over information, referent, power due to control because subordinates respect, admire, and identify with the leader, and persuasive, power due to the ability to use logic and facts to persuade. The last 4 position powers, highlighted in green, are personal power, which are based on the person's individual characteristics, stays with the person regardless of his or her job or organization. They are expert power, informational power, referent power, and persuasive power. The acquisition and use of power. Acquiring more power depends if the things you are controlling are important, rare, and without substitute. This way, you become empowered. Empowerment is sharing power with employees and giving them the authority to make and implement at least some decisions. Empowerment can improve quality, cut costs, and boost efficiency and flexibility. Note that just giving employees power is not enough. They must be skilled and trained. Subunits in an organization can gain more power. The following are factors that can make units in an organization powerful. Resource scarcity. When one subunit of an organization, perhaps the purchasing department, controls a scarce resource that is needed by another subunit. For example, the power to decide what to buy and what not to buy. That subunit acquires power. Resource scarcity will magnify power differences across subunits. Centrality. The extent to which a subunit influences the work of many other subunits. Subunits can also attain power by gaining control over activities that are needed by others to complete their tasks. For example, the business office of most universities represent a strategic contingency for various colleges because it has veto or approval power over financial expenditures of the school. Its approval is required to spend money. Substitutability. The extent to which a subunit's activities can be performed by others. The power of a group emerges if they have the ability to do something unique and difficult to replicate. Uncertainty. Subunits most capable of dealing with uncertainty tend to have greater power. The finance and actuarial department becomes a powerful banking unit, for example, as they can aid in alleviating future risks. Abuse of power. This is the use of power to demean, exploit, or take advantage of someone, influencing someone to do something they later regret. This may result in decreased employee satisfaction and helping behaviors, increased employee deviance, and increased turnover. There can be no power without influence. In fact, power is the exercise of a lot of influence. Influence is the power or capacity of causing an effect and the act or power of producing an effect. This is exercised without apparent exertion of force or direct exercise of command. People apply power through influence tactics. This is how people translate their power to affect the behavior of others. Rational persuasion, inspirational appeals, and consultation are the most effective tactics. Pressure is the least effective tactic. Using multiple tactics can be effective if they are compatible. The following are the 9 influence tactics. Coalition tactics. Engaging the help of others to persuade someone to do something. Referring to the support of others to convince someone to agree to a proposal or to change his or her attitude toward something. Consultation. Requesting someone's advice to solve a problem or mutually setting goals to increase a follower's commitment to the leader's decision. Being willingly to modify the goals or solution based on the person's concerns and suggestions to sustain commitment. Exchange. Offering to exchange something of value now or in the future for someone's cooperation, usually used after other tactics have failed due to the higher cost. Ingratiation. Flattering or praising someone to put them in a good mood or to make them more likely to want to help, like complimenting your manager's outfit before asking for additional project funding, or using humor. This is seen as more credible when used early rather than after other influence attempts have failed. Inspirational appeals. Appealing to someone's aspirations, values, and ideals to gain his or her commitment, or increasing people's confidence that they can do something in order to increase motivation. For example, Wayne Hale, chairman of NASA's Space Shuttle Mission Management Team, during the Space Shuttle Discovery's return flight mission, stated, legitimating tactics, enhancing one's formal authority to make a certain request by referring to rules, precedents, or official documents, should be used early if doubts about the request's legitimacy is expected. Personal appeals, asking someone to do something because we're friends or asking for a personal favor. Pressure, using coercion, persistent follow-up, or reminders to gain influence, risks undesirable side effects such as resentment. Rational persuasion or reason, using logic and facts to persuade someone. The following are 4 responses to influence attempts. Commitment, endorsing and becoming an actively involved participant as a result of the influence attempt. Compliance, going along with what the influencer wants without being personally committed. Passive resistance, rejecting the influence attempt but not getting in the way of what the influencer is trying to do. Active resistance, rejecting the influence attempt and actively trying to stop the influencer from doing what he or she is trying to do or trying to change the influencer's attitude. Note that influence tactics must be compatible with social values in the national and organizational cultures. People develop positive relationships with the workplace if they feel they are part of an organization culture. Understanding diverse cultures, values, and perspectives enhances sensitivity to what is important to others and how best to influence people. National culture influences managerial decision making, leadership styles, and human resource management practices. Culture directly affects performance. As a result of influence tactics and culture compatibility, productivity rises, business goals are supported, and business performance is improved. That ends today's lesson. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day and God bless.